So I was driving down the road. That road. I guess I'm lying. It's actually a freeway, it's not a road. But driving down the freeway and looking on the side of the freeway like I always do at my babies. Look at my babies. Look at all my babies. They're so beautiful. They just got trimmed. I don't really trim anymore. So I let others do that. Even though we got talked into a big trimming project today that I'm on my way to. But I thought I would come by and show you guys how beautiful these trees can look when they're properly trimmed, which these are absolutely perfect right now. So we're gonna go take a look, and suddenly, there were no cars here. Suddenly there's, maybe, am I causing a traffic jam? Good. A little bit sketchy. I'm gonna run across the road. Here we go, don't get here, don't get here, don't run over. Anyway, so, these are Washingtonia Robusta hybrids. They are hybridized a little bit with the California fan palm. Mexican fan palm is Washingtonia Robusta. California fan palm is Washingtonia flifera. The Mexican fan palm exists naturally down in Baja, and it's closer to the coast than the flifera is in the deserts of California and in Mexico, and even Arizona to a certain extent. And the California fan palm gets a fatter trunk, bigger head, not as green a foliage, and very straight trunk. And otherwise, it's pretty similar. Problem is, California fan palm gets this disease called black diamond scale that really is not really allowed to grow in the low humidity desert. The heat-filled low humidity desert, it cooks it off the plant. But here in the Bay Area, high humidity and lower temperatures, it really takes off and oftentimes kills the trees if you're really close to the coast, and that makes the trees suffer further inland. But you can see on these trees, there's various degrees of hybridization. You can see this one has a skinnier trunk than these do. These are a little shorter, right? Head's a little bigger. So that's more almost like pure Mexican fan palm, whereas these probably have like maybe 20% flifera in the California fan palm. This one probably has 30%, a little fatter, bigger head. And you can just tell by the coloration. If you look closely at the bottom of these fronds, there's no red in the bottom of the frond. That's a trait of the flifera, the California fan palm. I'm talking about right in there, okay? Now, let's look at this one over here. You look very closely, you will see little streaks of red. That's more indicative of Washingtonia Robusta has that trait. So you can see now a little bit of difference between the two. The average person would never notice, but I do. But what a beautiful thing to do to line your entry to show people where to go into your center than with palms as markers, like come this way, come this way. And again, we have more of a California kind of fan palm. Mexicans here, you can see these guys here have the red. See the red? See that red? There's the red.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Redwood
you again,
Highway frontage
ruining
road.
my video. Okay, so let's just take a look at it from here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful vertical trees. I actually had to come out here after I put these in. The same company that hired me to put them in, Gardener's Guild, they're here right now, taking care of the landscape. That's their truck over there, Gardener's Guild. They actually hired me. A guy named Randy called me up. He's like, hey, you gotta get out here. There's the storm of the century and one of your trees fell over. I'm like, what? So I came out here. Well, we're only a couple feet above the bay. It had total saturation. And sure enough, they didn't fall over, but I think it was this tree, like leaned over hard. Then it felt the side of the hole. And then it was right when we first put them in, at the storm of the century, it was true. And then I had to come out here and pull the thing up, get it all straightened out, and put some guy wires on. Normally you don't have to do that because they're so self-stable, because they have such a big root ball in the bottom. But if you do get big tall trees with really little root balls, you probably do need to stabilize those. In Florida, they use 2x4s in a tripod situation because they know they're probably going to get a hurricane. And those are, 100-mile-an-hour plus winds. We only get up to about 75, 80 in the worst conditions here. So usually just the self-supporting palms are good enough. But anyway, on these trees you can see there's a bark that is on the tree naturally. You can see it up there on the top of the tree. That usually extends all the way down. But in this case, it's been skinned off manually over many years. And it gives them that beautiful, beautiful, clean look. And you can also see how these trees can be really tall and beautiful and demarcate an entry or something else. But they don't block the view looking into your shopping center, which is all important. Last thing you want as a shopping center is a big blocked view so nobody can see the store signs or even know what's in there. So all you people with all those shopping centers out there, keep that in mind and know that I'm only one phone call away for creating something like this for you. Once these trees are in, they're nearly indestructible.
Save 2 minutes via 3rd Street.
Oh, come on. Leave me alone. I'm almost done with the video. Hopefully she doesn't interrupt any more. But yeah, so these trees, indestructible. They don't need any water after 2 or 3 years of establishment. They're that tough. Up here in Northern California where we get a decent amount of rain.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Redwood Highway frontage road.
And I don't think she's going to stop interrupting. So I'm just going to kind of end the video with just a beautiful, beautiful scene of my babies many years later. I love planting something that has such longevity. You do it right, you do it once, you get the good stuff. And then there they are forever, happily living, gracing the sky, making everybody happy that passes by them. Call Golden Gate Palms in Richmond, www.goldengatepalms.com if you need some palms, or even if you need some other stuff.